One of my biggest addictions that I used to have was scrolling on YouTube. I would scroll for so long and I would just watch, honestly, just useless videos. And then at the end of the day, like while I was showering or about to fall asleep, I would remember, oh, I forgot to do X or Y. That would be so often that it would happen. It's like at least every week, at least, it probably much more. And because that happened, it's like I kept putting it off because it's not like you're gonna suddenly stand like jolt up and you're gonna just do it right before you're gonna go sleep. You're like, no, no, I'll do it tomorrow, and I never did tomorrow. And it happened so often that it was honestly unfunny. And it happened because I didn't keep clear. I didn't have any clarity about what I actually needed to do in the day. It seems like it's kind of useless. Like, yeah, well, just know it in your head, but genuinely, I found that if I write down what I have to do in the day, I remember it so much better. And I actually end up doing it instead of scrolling for a little while and then forgetting entirely, only remembering at the end of the day. Because I write it down, I actually remember what I do and I don't forget. I actually do what I write down instead of having a vague idea in my head that I never end up doing. And I want you to try this as well. If you find that you scroll or you procrastinate for so long that you just end up even forgetting entirely that you were procrastinating in the first place, try it. Get a piece of pen and paper. I found that writing it down physically is better for me. Maybe you want to do it on your phone, but write down or text your daily tasks for tomorrow. Not everything, right? So if you already have a routine, if you already have a routine, you don't have to write that down because that's just a given. But just write down things that specifically tomorrow you want to do or you want to remember. It could be as small as 3 things or as big as even 10 things. Because you don't want to overload yourself. You don't want to put too much, but you also want to put a little bit, right? You can't just put, oh yeah, just do work. It has to be specific enough that it actually means something, but not too much that it overwhelms you. And I found that just figuring out what I need to do is extremely important. Like how I want to do it is also extremely important as well, though. And I found that not only finding what the task list is, but also finding out what's actually important as well. Because you might think that, oh yeah, just do work or like check your email, but that's not really important, right? Checking your email, sure, you go ahead and do it, but you have to find what's actually essential for you. You have to find what's actually important. And I can't tell you how to find what's important for you. Just think of something that you couldn't live without, whether it be you have to do it or you want to do it. Just find something that you can't go without. That's just the easiest way I could say it. So for me, I can't go without recording a video. Even if I have to go somewhere really early in the morning, I genuinely wake up earlier just so I have time to record a video. That's what's essential for me because I really love doing it. And if you can find that something for you, it'll be so much easier for you to create a task list and also actually do it. Because if you create a task list but you don't care, so what? It doesn't matter. But if you actually care about what you want to do, it'll be so much more easier for you to actually do it. And the third final tip that I can give you is that you have to keep it open. And I don't mean like mentally open, I mean physically open. Just keep your piece of paper or pen or set a reminder in your phone to just check it. Because you'd be surprised at how often you forget. Like you write down one thing someday or you think about something someday. You wake up the next day and it's like everything is gone. I honestly recommend you just, like for me, I have a journal and I literally just keep it out open on the floor so I have to see it when I wake up. It's right next to my phone. I genuinely have to see it, and so I always check it every single day. I just make it easier. I just make it easy and make it obvious for me to check it. And after I started doing this habit, after I started implementing this, it also honestly made me procrastinate less because the paper is objective. The paper doesn't lie, it doesn't fib. Either you did it or you didn't. And that's such a powerful motivator, some objective thing that tracks whether you did it or not. No in between, you either did it or you didn't. And since I started doing this, I haven't forgotten about anything, and because of that, I procrastinate so much more or less.